After dealing with a narcissist, it is vital to learn how to expel other toxic people out of our lives for good. This video will discuss ways that you can begin to make new, exciting changes in your life as you kick out the toxic, dramatic, chaotic people. Number 1, stop trying to fix what doesn't think it's broken. Narcissists like things exactly the way they are. They want a love bomb. It's alluring and euphoric, fantastic and exciting. They love to jump from hobby to hobby, job to job, person to person, partner to partner. These people have mental problems, addiction issues, and a lot of other things in between. And they really just like things the way they are. Narcissists literally have the mindset that they're perfect, they're right, you're wrong, they're good, you're bad. That's narcissism. They live in that little bubble of safety where they're perfect and everybody else is bad. Full-blown narcs have no desire to go and get help for anything. The disorder is telling them it is somebody else's fault. They are the victim. Stop trying to get them to be communicative. Stop trying to get them into therapy. You cannot fix what doesn't feel it's broken and it doesn't want fixing. Or it's in denial about being broken, but nonetheless, you can't make something that's too scared to go get fixed. Number 2, walk away, fade out, and be unavailable. Some people you just need to flat out walk away from. Delete them out of your phone, delete them off social media, and keep it moving. For other folks in your life, you might want to do what I call the fade out. You just develop your standards and your boundaries, and toxic people will pretty much make a run for it if you stick to your guns, and then you can just slowly back off and fade out. Or if they don't like your standards and boundaries, you might find they kind of fade themselves out, but someone's kind of fading here either way. If you don't hear from somebody for a month or 2, go on ahead and write them off as well. They now know that they can't manipulate you, and they're just probably not interested anymore. You can help speed this up by walking away from people and getting them to walk away by becoming unavailable. You don't have to hang just because someone asks you to. You don't have to pick up the phone. You don't have to answer the message or accept the friend request. You just don't have to. You don't owe anyone anything. Toxic people need and want you to be available at every moment of every day. And that is just not going to happen. When you show them it isn't going to happen, a lot of times they walk away, they fade out, and they are unavailable. That's what's so great. Raising our standards and our boundaries will cause a lot of these people to leave on their own accord. Number 3, do not go along with their narrative. Narcissists and really toxic people in general want everyone to agree with them, be on their side, and they need to have their little entourage, and everyone gets sucked into the drama, the mayhem, and the chaos. You can make a decision to be a grown-up and that you don't want to do this. You can be your own person. You can make your own choices. You don't need to go along with what a delusional narcissist sees as reality. That's frankly stupid and dangerous. There's no reason to go along with what they say and bow down to someone like this. Never go along with a narcissist. Don't follow the narrative. Don't play into their little victim games they're going to play. Don't get sucked in to the theatrics. Number 4, don't bother continuing to talk about, well, them. Stop having conversations with these people, like I said a few moments ago, about how they behave. You're basically wiping your ass with the time that you're wasting. They know that they're manipulative. That's what they want to do. They know they're nasty, spoiled little brats. They want what they want. They have unmet needs. They cannot fulfill them on their own. They're looking for someone to do the dirty work. That's what this is. Guess what? They feel entitled to do this. If you keep talking about them or keep talking to them at all, I suggest you learn about the disorder and kind of study it a little more. To learn, these people do not want help. Go back to point 1. Those who want help get it. And those who live in denial and their delusional world, they keep banging their head into the wall thinking one day it will be different. just like a narcissist does. Just like it didn't work with you or the one before you, and it didn't work with the one after you and the next one and the next one, because they're going to do the same thing and expect something at some point to be perfect and different. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one about what you are going through with a narcissist, you can text, call, email, or visit my website for information on how to do just that. All of my information is on the screen for you right now, and it is also listed right down in the video description. Number 5, make yourself a priority. Now here is what you really should be spending your time on. Let's forget about all the crap that we shouldn't be caring about. Let's focus on what we can do, constructive stuff. What are your boundaries, survivor? What are your standards? People should meet a standard to have the privilege to be in your life. That's correct. I'll say it again. It's a privilege, not a right, to be in your life. You are a valuable human being. And survivor, I highly suggest you find that value fast, because the low value that you're placing on yourself by continuing to deal with these people, rest assured, the rest of the world is not going to raise your price. Are you taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Are you studying, learning, helping others? Those are some of the most important and amazing things that you can be doing. Along the same lines, much more in the positivity department, number 6, you are not the bad guy or the bad person, respectively. Do not allow a sad little narcissist who isn't getting their way to tell you that you're the bad guy. You are just the best, right? When the little kid is getting the cookie, and aren't you just the worst when they can't have the cookie anymore? This is immature, transactional behavior. It is not love. It does not make you bad. It is a sign of spoiled, bratty toxicity. You are not bad because you say no, or because you say nothing, or because you have boundaries, or hold people accountable. And other well-adjusted people in this world will be thankful that you do have those things. Now, all of these points are fine and good, but there are certain people in our lives, I'm sure you know them, survivor, we just can't toss them out. We just can't delete them. We just can't walk away as much as we would like to. So here are some tips when we just can't get away from this toxic person. First of all, change your routine. It's good to change things up anyway. Things get stale and stagnant. It's not good. Don't do it. Narcs love routine. So change up where you go and what you do. It's a great time to learn new things, new hobbies, try different stuff. Switch from theater to museums, from art to dance, from music to cooking. Who knows? Give new things a try. Meet some new people. Change up what you're doing. It can be super scary, but also really fun. And that way you can maybe dodge some of the toxic by going to new places and meeting new people. I've mentioned these a couple times now. Boundaries. You need boundaries. Sit down and make a list of your standards. We start there. What is the bare minimum that a person has to do to be allowed in your life? Again, that's a privilege, not a right. What do you want from friends, partners, everyone? Everyone should be held to some kind of standard. It might not be the same, but it shouldn't be. Then you get your boundaries. What are people who you allow in your life not allowed to do to you? What are the absolute deal breakers? Stealing, lying, cheating, whatever. Now, what are the consequences? Can you hold that consequence? Whatever it might be. What are your standards? What are your boundaries? What are your deal breakers? What are your consequences? If you don't have those things, that is what you should immediately get to work on. Exit strategies. Sometimes, unfortunately, all you can do is find the nearest escape hatch. So store up a day or two maybe of sick time at work so that when that loser at your job is just unbearable, you can pull a stomach ache and go home for the day. Maybe figure out where you might see this person and sort out how to get around them. You don't need to be bothered with that nonsense. Gray rocking. Learn how to be cool, calm, and collected as you ignore them and don't engage. Gray rocking works very well. It gives the narcissist a big old bite out of the sandwich of you can't really be bothered, so they would do best to move along. Have you expelled other people from your life post-narcissist? What techniques did you use? What works? Share with me and, of course, other survivors down in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.